forward on narcotics possession charges, all built on a traffic stop the officer believed was lawful. The defense saw it differently, and the entire argument came down to a single sentence in the Michigan Vehicle Code that the prosecution was not prepared for.
Mr. Kaplan, your appearance for the People versus IRIC, please. Ms. Bridgeway.
Under the Defender Service, E8847 on behalf of Ms. Irick. Cassandra Irick.
Thank you.
Protocol Officer Raymond.
Good morning. Raise your right hand. Swear or affirm, tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth today. Watch your step on my ramp. Have a seat. When you're ready, Counsel.
Hey, Greg. State your name, please.
Officer Chris Rainer, Brown Police Department.
Raina.
Rainer, yes, sir.
Officer Rain, good to see you. Officer Rain, how many years have you worked for the Romulus Police Department?
Be 10 years in July.
Taking it back to December 19 of last year, 2025, about 4 in the afternoon, were you working?
I was.
What were you doing at that time?
I was on patrol.
Did you have a partner or were you acting alone?
I had a partner, Officer Myson.
Are you in a marked vehicle or unmarked?
Mark,
Uniform or no uniform?
full class vehicle.
Did you have contact with a woman named Cassandra Irick?
I did.
Irick.
Yes.
Where did you have contact with Cassandra Irick?
Mr. Road, I believe near with. In Ron, City of Romulus.
In what municipalities are located? You said Romulus.
Correct.
Thank you, sir. Officer, what caused you to notice this person, Cassandra Irick?
The rear window of her vehicle was completely blocked, as if she wouldn't have been able to see out of it,
Is it a ticketable offense?
as far as I understand.
Do you remember where precisely you first encountered the driver of the other vehicle?
You mean like where in the city?
Yeah.
It was in the area of Inkster and Wick, is what I recall.
As a result of noticing obstructed window, obstructed windshield, windows, what actions, if any, did you take?
I conducted a traffic stop.
Do you remember what type of vehicle this person was in?
I remember being a smaller sedan. I don't remember the specific make and model, unfortunately. I could look back at the report that my partner wrote if needed.
Oh, yes, sir. Do you know whether the driver was alone in the vehicle?
Sure.
Now, if you saw the driver of that vehicle again, do you think you'd recognize him?
I would.
Look around the court and let Judge Oakley know whether you see him.
You haven't played in black.
Your Honor, may the record reflect the witnesses identified in the defendant.
Noted.
But what actions did you take, if any, when you made a traffic stop or initiated a traffic stop?
Right.
Did the driver decide to comply?
She did. I made contact with the driver's side of the vehicle and we discovered that her license was suspended.
What did you do when you learned the other lady's license had been suspended?
So with our policy and procedure, it's an arrestable offense. I got her out of the vehicle, placed her in handcuffs, and walked her to the back of the patrol vehicle. After conducting a search on her person.
Did you conduct a search of the person?
I'll be honest, the person, I don't remember if it was myself or my partner, Officer Mahyson. I know I searched the vehicle, but I can't recall at that moment if I searched her person or if he did. One of us would have conducted a search.
Any contraband found?
Not on her person.
Did you find any contraband?
I did.
Where did you locate contraband?
It was inside of a purse, which had a couple plastic baggies in it. It was on the passenger side of the vehicle.
Any other women in the car or standing in the car?
No, sir.
Defendant offered an explanation.
Cannot recall off the top of my head.
Officer, what happens when you confiscate what might be controlled substances?
We collect it, we hold it with us until we take it to the station. We kind of do what we call processing the evidence. So we secure it in generally a manila envelope or a plastic baggie, secure it with property tape, put it in a drop box with what's called an MSP lab sheet, which is just us asking the Michigan State Police to do an analysis of what we believe is narcotics. And then
Defendant never stated that she had a valid prescription for the controlled substance.
not that I recall.
So what happens ultimately to this defendant?
She'll be arrested for possession of narcotics.
Hey, Gary, nothing from you.
Cross, Ms. Ridgeway.
Officer Rena, you were driving, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So you're the one who pulled over your scout cars.
That's true.
And you did that because of the allegedly obstructed rear window of this Ford Focus.
Perfect.
You didn't really notice anything else about this car, right?
Perfect.
It had all its mirrors,
As far as I know, yes, ma'am.
and it was operating fine.
Yes.
I have no further questions.
You'll be correct.
You can step down. Watch your step, Chris.
Your Honor, people rest.
Any defense witnesses?
No.
Ready for argument.
Any case happens thousands of times across the United States per day, maybe not Saturday and Sunday. You have police officers on patrol in a marked vehicle, Judge. They observe a car with obstructed view for the driver. They initiate a traffic stop. In doing so, they learn that the defendant has a suspended license. And as you know, Judge, that's an arrestable offense. They arrested her. They search her, incident to the arrest. And it's unclear as to who did what. Collectively, the two of them confiscated the drugs, and you know that they followed procedure. You heard from both of them as to what happened to the controlled substance. We would seek a bind over his charge.
Counsel.
Your Honor, this case was a violation of Miss Irick's Fourth Amendment rights, and she was pulled over for this alleged infraction. MCL 257.709 clearly states that a person shall not drive a motor vehicle if driver visibility through the rear window is obstructed unless the vehicle is equipped with 2 mirrors, 1 on each side. So the only way that they could have probable cause to pull over Miss Irick on this day is if her back vehicle was obstructed and she was missing 1 of her 2 side mirrors. We just heard Officer Brand say nothing else was wrong with the vehicle. There was no probable cause to stop the car. That is from Wren versus the United States. That is established law. There was no probable cause to believe a traffic violation had occurred.
Mr. Kaplan, argument?
Well, thank you. You heard unequivocal testimony that that vehicle, the silver Ford Focus, 2012, had an obstructed rear window. That's dangerous. It's dangerous driving that way. It could lead to accidents. Legislature doesn't want that. In this case, that's what she had. It's a question of fact for the jury beyond.
Essentially, the police have to follow the law. They both testify that they're police officers, that they know the law.
Two
This
functioning
case
side
is a
mirrors.
perfect
If both
reminder
mirrors are
that the
present, one
Constitution
on each
doesn't
side,
bend
the driver
just
has
because
sufficient
officers
rear
have good
visibility and no
intentions.
traffic
A
violation
stop
has
that
occurred.
feels
That single
reasonable
provision
still has to be
dismantled the
legally
entire
justified.
case. Without a lawful
Here,
stop,
one
there was
overlooked
no lawful
sentence in the
arrest.
law
And without a
changed
lawful
everything,
arrest, there
turning
was no
what looked
lawful
like a
search.
solid
That meant the
narcotics case
suspected
into a
controlled
complete
substances
dismissal.
found inside
That's
the
why
purse
knowing
could
the
not be
exact
used as
wording of a
evidence, regardless
statute
of what
can
they turned
matter
out to
more
be.
than
This
the
is known
evidence
as the
itself.
fruit of the
So
poisonous
what's
tree
your verdict?
doctrine. Evidence
Should the
obtained through an
officer's safety
unlawful stop or
concerns have
arrest
been
does
enough
not
to
become
justify
admissible
the stop,
simply because the
or
evidence
did the
itself
judge
is real.
make the
The
only
government must
legally
follow the
correct
law
decision?
and proper.
They pulled Miss Irick over outside of their bounds as law enforcement. Okay, I understand seeing something obstructed and thinking, oh, maybe she can't see, but unless you have probable cause to pull somebody over for a traffic infraction, you cannot do that. And from this infraction, Miss Irick was arrested, a search was conducted. That is all fruit of the poisonous tree in this case. Thank you.
How is it probable cause if it's not a infraction?
Obstructed window, obstructed rear window is an offense, and it's dangerous.
But she just read me the statute. And it said that the obstructed window is only an infraction if she doesn't have side mirrors.
You have to bear any evidence about it.
I did. She asked him if he noticed anything else about the car. Did it have its mirrors? And he said, as far as I know.
We take the position that had he not stopped that vehicle, could have been a very serious accident.
Could have been. But I drive an F-150 with a cap on the back and I can't see spit out of my window other than headlights at night. Dismissed. Good police work doesn't always end up with convictions.
Hey,
Boy, you don't get many of those like you just had. That just straight up. Yeah, but I mean, you just don't get too many of those. Just that straight up bad. I mean, they thought they had a good reason. Yeah.
No, my intern, she did the research on that.
No, as soon as he started saying the reason for the stop, I'm like, wait a minute, I can't see out of my back window unless there's headlights behind me.
Yeah.
Under Michigan compiled law, section 257.709, an obstructed rear window is only a traffic violation when the vehicle